Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. With the more recent updates to the Fallout 76 PTS, we have started to get some more Datamined images for the upcoming Season 23, which is said to be released in December 2025. Now, all of these images are thanks to ReasonableMadness, so all of the links for her are down in the description, whether you're on Twitter, YouTube, whatever it may be, whatever you want to follow on, go and give her some support for all of the fantastic images that she's found. Now with that said, let's dive in and check out some of these new images which have been shared with us. Now on October the 2nd, the first set of Datamined images for the Season 23 was all of these, and they were pretty basic ones, hence why I didn't show them before now, basically. It's been like 2 weeks since these come out, but they're very brief, so we got basically just a whole bunch of different icons that you can see on screen. So you can see the Blood Rust Raider logo, you've got the Bounty Hunter logo, you've got the Rad Hog, Rad Scorpion, you've got a Raider with a pistol. You've also got the Rust Kingdom faction, which I actually like that one, the kind of red background with a white icon on it. I like that. You've got the Skull and Saw Blade. You've got the Withered Red Eye Fish, which I'm going to presume is one of the new fish, which I'm still kind of waiting to see some information on, as we are meant to have got a whole bunch of new fish. Halfway through this video I'll probably pause the recording and double check in case anything's been found, so stay tuned for that just in case I do find anything. Now there is also in here a mini season icon, which I'm going to guess could very well be in the actual mini season itself, but it's just been kind of thrown in the Season 23 file just for the kind of fun of it. Now we do have a couple of camp decorational items in the first set of Dataminds that we got, and these are kind of all themed around the dinosaur kind of items that we're going to be getting, because there is a kind of dinosaur park kind of location in the new area on the new kind of map expansion that we've got. So we've got the dino bin. These are all just very small little bins with different coloured feet on them. We also have the dino golf cutout, which you can see is a big purple Barney the dinosaur type of thing going on there. And then we have a whole bunch of prefixes and suffixes where we have crushing, fiendish, raiding, skull, slashing, bandit, cutthroat, diehard, gourmand, and trapper to finish them off. And moving on to a few days later, we start to get a few more interesting items. And the first one I think is one of the most interesting of them all, and is a new mask that's getting thrown in. And this is just very simply called the White Mask. However, if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, I don't know why, it just really reminds me of the Sons of Harpy. I don't know if anyone else get the same vibe, but for me that's what it reminds me of. Personally, I think it looks really cool, and if a faction wore this in game, it would be awesome. I think that would be really cool. Then moving on to some camp items, we do have a new aid box, which is what it's classified as, and this is a freshly dug grave, so I'm guessing you're going to be hiding your stuff in the grave. I think that reminds me of something in the TV show, so I think he might have done that himself. I can't remember exactly, I might be making that up. We've also got the dino entrance sign as well coming in. It looks to be somewhat of a decent size, to be fair. And then we also have a new workbench as well, with the Raider Fermenter coming in. Following on from that, we also have another workbench with the Munitions Tinker's Workbench. This one looks kind of cool, kind of a bit of a different one, something that you use a lot more than a fermenter, I would say. And then fitting the theme of them, or the one that we just seen a minute ago with that freshly dug grave, we also have one for a scrap box as well. So apparently this is going to be a new thing, we're all hiding stuff in graves. There's a new camp structure coming in as well with the Raider truck. As you can see, there's only one image so far, two images actually, one of the inside, one of the upstairs, and then we move on to a new kind of volcano type of structure, which according to the images, it looks like you can activate it or turn it on potentially, and it has a bit of fire or lava coming out the top. So interested to see how that kind of works. There's a new wall decorational item with the Dino info board coming in. And a really cool new weapon skin on the way as well, which is going to be for the Super Sledge with the Rebar Club. Finally, to finish on the October the 6th ones, we have a new kind of utility item for your camp, and this one is going to be called the Chem Mystery Machine. So I'm going to guess it works just the same as the Nuka-Cola one. That's what the kind of title gives away. You go over to spend some caps and get a random chem item. Now going on to the last couple of items now, which is in the most recent set of Dataminds for Season 23. I nearly said 2023 there. We have one very last on this list, which I actually think looks amazing, so stay tuned for that one. First of all, we've got something a bit dodgy going on, kind of reminding me of all the horror shows that's going on right now, like that monster Netflix show. And it's a body in a bathtub, which just looks beautiful, as you can see. More brighter looking, nicer items. We have a new lawnmower, as you know. You can probably not use it to cut the grass, as you know you couldn't, but it's there for decorational purposes if you want to use it, I guess. There's a new Stein coming in as well, so keeping that kind of theme of each season has its own Stein. We've got this Radhog one, which to be fair looks kind of cool in a sense. I kind of like that. And for the first time in a while, I think, we've got a new reskin of the modular sofa set, and this one's going to be a Vault-Tec theme. So don't know what link that has to the new season coming up, because a lot of it has been very Raider themed and linking in with that new update with a new kind of area of the map, and then randomly we have a Vault-Tec sofa thrown into the mix, which, yeah, I don't know. Now there's a couple of images, however there's only 2 of them been found so far, and I actually like the look of this. This is a new camp kit on the way called Scrap Metal, and I actually really do like this. I think it really fits the theme of the area really well, and the fact that you can go into this area and build in it and stuff and really expand on what you want to do with it, that's going to look really cool in that kind of mix of that environment, so something to really look forward to there. And then finally, probably the best item on the list here, as we always do, or usually do, get like a cool kind of power armor at the very end of each season. This one, especially in the last 2 pictures, looks amazing, and this is going to be called the Edison Power Armor, and it looks like it has like electric kind of sparks and stuff coming off it, and it does have that kind of enclave look around it as well. And personally for me, this looks amazing, and potentially one of the best power armors in the game when this comes in. Like, this looks actually really, really cool. Now, I couldn't find anything in terms of new fish coming into the game, but I do have some information around raids and kind of the weird stuff that's been going on in kind of a nerfing type of sense. So MapX has shared this in the Fallout 76 data mining community, and they're going to be changing the way the raid rewards work. So this did come out on the 3rd. I was aware of it. I was going to make an entire video on this, but I decided not really to do that because there's not too much really to talk about. I felt I'd just been making a video for the sake of it and we can talk about it now. So yeah, basically going into it, we've got raid reward changes. So as a general kind of consensus, let's say, that's a good word, each encounter now is going to drop a subset of the following items. So you'll get 1 Vulcan Power Armor part, you'll get 1 Vulcan Power Armor plan, 1 Vulcan Power Armor mod plan, 1 legendary mod box, all 4 stars, and then unique. So I think it goes into a bit more detail below this potentially about what each these things are. Other items drop include junk, ammo, aid, etc. have been significantly reduced for the early stages and moderately buffed for the later stages. So there was talks about this in the patch notes, I think it was, where they talked about how they didn't want to kill off raids, but they kind of wanted people to enjoy going through raids and completing them. However, that didn't kind of work out. People just play over and over again the NO6 Guardian like constantly, so they're not really utilizing raids to what they kind of intended them to be there for. Now, going on to the actual bit of like each part of the raid itself, MapX has separated them. So for the NO6 Guardian, it says that you'll get a left leg or a right arm part. You get the 5% chance for the left leg or right arm plan, 10% for mods, so you can get the coolant vent, the headlamp blue, hydraulic braces, medic pump, optimized servos, targeting hood, Tesla coils, or side braces. So I don't really want to go word by word on all of them. You can see it on screen and stuff, but as you can see, we'll cover like the little main points then. Each kind of section of the raid has certain bits to unlock. So going after the new update, it's probably best to kind of grind out raids as much as possible right now, because once this new update comes in, if you want to unlock a certain part of the Vulcan Power Armor, you're going to have to kind of do all of each part of the raid, because each part of the raid does like drop a certain thing. So as you can see, the first part drops the left leg or right arm, the second part has a helmet or a right leg, the Epsilon part has the helmet or right arm, Crystal part has helmet or torso, and then the Terror bit at the end has helmet or a left leg bit. So it's kind of, yeah, it breaks it up to how you unlock it. But as you can see as well, the 4-star mods, they all change as well. So you get different 4-star mods for each kind of section. So it's really divided up all of the kind of rewards and spread them across each of the parts of the raid, rather than getting everything in one pool for each section, if that makes sense. Because before this update, like right now in the game, you can go keep doing the NO6 Guardian over and over again and get a chance to get anything on this big list. Whereas after the update, you'll be limited to kind of each of these categories for each one of these parts of the raid. Does that make sense? I hope so. You can't really reply back to me right now, but you can drop a comment down below. Anyways, that is all of the news I have for you right now in terms of Fallout 76. We, of course, have the new event coming up next week. If you haven't seen the stuff for that, I have shared a video of all the Datamined images of the rewards coming out, so I'll link it throughout this video in the top right corner. But for now, guys, that's it for this video, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.